Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. Now, the sun is a symbol of the top martial arts ever possible, who is the bridegroom, who is God's son. We see that in Psalm 19. And so it's a symbol of God and God's son, right? God's proof is reflected in the sun, which is somewhat obscure. That's why God made it so you can't stare directly at the sun for a long time, basically. And it's there in Psalm 19 again. So first, let's prove definitively that it's a martial art order. Okay, in Habakkuk 3, verse 11, it says, "Sun and moon stood still in the heavens at the glint of your flying arrows, at the lightning of your flashing spear." So it shows us definitively that the sun stands still, right? Figuratively speaking, right? The nature seems to stop when there's this martial arts strike from God. We're not talking about Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan or John Jones in the MMA or Mike Tyson. Those guys just, draw strength from their body. They don't draw strength from universal pinpointing moral precision. And certainly not as the top martial arts ever possible. No offense to anyone, but that has to be understood. So what would happen if you saw me in my glory when I was younger, striking at world record speed from my heart with all my heart, with focused moral intensity and the marshaling force of God trying to correct society? You would see that nature would seem to stand still, right? Even the sun and moon would seem to stand still. So right now you should have no doubt in your mind that it's a Royal African Falcon top martial arts order. But in case you're confused, let's go to Habakkuk 3:4. Same chapter, verse 4. "His splendor was like the sunrise. Rays flashed from his hand where his power was hidden." From his hand. Didn't say from his heart or his brain. It said from his hand, right? Because it's a martial art order. Okay? It's not some arrogant feudal lord from Europe or whatever. And not a Muslim, sheik or something. Okay? Not profane martial arts. Not a brute force knight or something. Who often they raped and pillaged and robbed, but universal pinpoint and moral precision in the pinnacle of martial arts. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 11:7. "Light is sweet, and it pleases the eyes to see the sun." It pleases the eyes. It pleases your perspective. It enhances your perspective. It helps you see clearly. It causes you to have moral, mental, spiritual, and romantic clarity. That's part of why people date with the wrong scale, because they follow false idols instead of seeing God in me. Ecclesiastes 7:11. There's a store here in California called 7-Eleven, right? Ecclesiastes 7:11. "Wisdom, like an inheritance, is a good thing and benefits those who see the sun." So in Revelation it says, "He who has wisdom calculate the number," because it's a martial art argument that they're making, right? The beast, right? Slaying the beast, right? The heavenly warrior defeats the beast, right? Mind, body, soul, spirit, martial arts. Monotheistic and divine. So wisdom, like an inheritance, is a good thing and benefits those who see the sun. They won't see the sun after I'm gone, because Proverbs 8 shows us that wisdom walks in the way of righteousness along the paths of justice. There's no way to be righteous or right with God or just after my flesh dies because of generational ill-gotten gains. And Proverbs 1, especially verse 19, warns us about that, right? Proverbs 1 was to understand the rest of the Bible. And it says that those who go after ill-gotten gains, they lose their souls as individuals, as groups, as a planet. That's what Revelation's about, right? 7 seals and being sealed out of heaven, a transformation into hell. "Behold a pale horse, and on him sat death, and hell followed with him," right? It's bringing hell. He's raising hell. Hell is spreading across the world. The top layer of it. And they die and they go to the intense form of it. Okay. So let's go to Psalm 19 again and put it into context. "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands," right? So the heavens, including the sun. "Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge." They have no speech, right? No literal speech. They use no words. No sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth. Their words to the ends of the world. "In the heavens God has pitched a tent for the sun." Okay, now here's where my notes end, so I'm going to have to do it off the top of my head. It says something to the effect of, and I'll put it on the screen, it is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, It is like a champion rejoicing to run his course. Those are almost the exact words that were used off the top of my head. It's like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber. It's like a champion rejoicing to run his course. And in Psalm 18, the chapter before, it says that God trained King David's hands for battle, and Christ is the root and offspring of David, the bridegroom. It's the Son. Okay, it's the Son is a symbol of Christ. Okay, as a natural representation, right? The heavens declare the glory of God. The Son symbolizes Christ and tells the story of Christ, tells the story, my story. Malachi 4:2, but for you who revere my name, the Son of Righteousness will rise with healing in his rays, and you will go out and frolic like well-fed calves. So instead of having to worship a false idol calf, okay, you'll be better than that, is what it's saying. Proverbs 4:18, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. So righteous intensity, shining ever brighter till the full light of day, till you become one with God. So the top martial arts is the gate, is the highest point. You have to obey God through me, what have you. Now, the sun connects to lightning, okay? And there's other lightning scriptures like Satan being, in fact, we'll go over that one right now. Luke 10:18, he replied, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. So it's referring to God striking, right? The lightning of his flashing spear, Habakkuk 3:11. So Satan fell from heaven with God's martial arts strike. The world was permanently changed when I achieved the pinnacle of martial arts, drawing on the Spirit of God. Now, some of you who are, kind of doubting Thomases, look up in the Bible where it says that somebody touched Jesus's clothing and power came from him, right? And he looked around and said, who touched me? I felt power, okay, leave me. And it was a woman, I believe, right? So it's already understood that power is drawn from a source, okay? And then it causes some divine event to occur. So you can imagine David striking down Goliath, Samson and the donkey's jawbone striking down 1,000 Philistines or what have you. Okay, Jonathan striking down Philistines, what have you. Job, David's mighty men, and so on and so forth. Job 36:30. See how he scatters his lightning about him, bathing the depths of the sea? He shot the arrows and scattered the enemy with great bolts of lightning. He routed them. Okay, excuse me. So Job 36:30 and Psalm 18:14, I kind of put them together there. Job 36:30, see how he scatters his lightning about him, bathing the depths of the sea. So he's punishing him. He's sending Satan into him and saying, hey, you want Barabbas? You want the devil? Well, there you go. And Satan falls from heaven like lightning. Psalm 18:14, he shot the arrows and scattered the enemy with great bolts of lightning. He routed them. Okay, so he said, hey, you don't want to be right with God? Well, I'm going to scatter you, right? You're not going to reproduce in a natural way. All these people are reproducing. Their marriages are unnatural. They're doing the wrong thing. They're being scattered. They're not reproducing with their soulmate, and their offspring are not reproducing with theirs. And now they have no possible soulmate for their offspring because the body without the spirit is dead. They're just the walking dead. So they've been scattered. What does it mean to scatter people? Say you took some Jews, sent them to Babylon, sent them to Egypt, sent them to Rome, sent them to Persia, what have you. What then happens, right? They're not reproducing with each other, and they're going into the reproductive cycles of those people there, okay, of the world. And Satan's said to be the god of the world. And it says the kingdom of heaven is taken away from the Jews, and that has to do with reproductive cycles. And of course, when you do the math, you see the story is superimposed on something else anyway, but it doesn't matter. It's the end. There's no Jew or Gentile. It's either you're obeying God through me or you're not. You should understand I'm right about a great many things now. And it said in Job, it says the hawk, okay, is a symbol of God's wisdom. By God's wisdom, he spreads his wings and flies to the south. Now, what's south of northern Egypt, southern Egypt, sub-Saharan Africa? What's south, okay, of Canaan? Okay, if the beast from the east, the king is of the east, right? So he's going to go southwest into sub-Saharan Africa. So by God's wisdom, he handed the king to sub-Saharan African. Which one? It's me. Amos 9:7, Nahum 3, it's me. Genesis 10, it's me. Nimrod, a mighty warrior for the Lord. Are you not the same as the Cushites unto me, O children of Israel? Nahum, Cush has a power that's boundless, like Habakkuk 3:11. Sun and moon stood still in the heavens at the glint of your flying arrows, at the lightning of your flashing spear. Okay, watched this several times. I had to speak quickly. I'm being fumed. Have any questions? Put in the comments. I've proven my point. Thank you. Okay, ask yourself, if I was magically Wrong. Why don't they just debate me? I'm a brain surgeon's son, in fact, the son of 2 doctors. And I have a college degree. And I have thousands of videos with thousands of sources, references, what have you, that testify that I'm self-educated for many years as well. I started my videos in 2009. I was self-educated while going to college and getting a college education. I graduated during that time. So I'm good at researching. I'm good at, analysis, what have you. Then after I graduated in 2015, I continued to make videos. That's 9 years ago. So I continued my self-education for 9 years after that. So they can't say, well, who are you to, debate me? Who are you? I'm the top martial artist ever possible, the son of the most moral brain surgeon that ever lived, a humanitarian, came here penniless, worked his way up. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My credentials are the most sound of anybody and of any scholar ever. Ever. I'm the top martial artist ever. Can you imagine you're going to go into a debate with someone who's the top martial artist ever possible? And you're like, well, I'm not going to debate him because he's not qualified. Now, what the fuck are you talking about? Even if you remove that element, I'm still the son of 2 doctors, one a brain surgeon, who's the most moral brain surgeon, the most intelligent brain surgeon that ever lived, who came here penniless and worked his way up. And I was raised by him, and I have a college degree, and I have thousands of sources and thousands of videos, and I've been self-educated for many years. Trying to snob me? Just makes you look like a dumb fuck.